Hey YouTube, what's poppin'? East New York, aka Mike the Snaggertooth. Yay, yay, coming to y'all live. So for 2026, I'm starting off my year with a missing tooth. So for anybody out there who got an extra one, let me know. If you have a Cobra or a Dreadnought tooth to put right here, let me know so I can buy it off of you. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't bother me. That's why I'm saying it. I don't give a shit. I'm an old man. To be honest, I should be happy I have at least 3 of my fucking teeth, let alone most of them except that one. Plus, I know a lot of people out there, look at that Snaggertooth motherfucker. I hope he lost his life. Too bad he didn't lose his life and he just lost a tooth. Whatever. Anyway, as I've said in the past, well, you know, obviously you got snow up the asshole. With like Donnie Brasco, no info, no mitts, neat the twirls. I don't care. I want to take your girls. I want to kill your cousin because his name is Earl. I'll punch in your stomach and then I'll make you hurl. Like Soul Glow, nigga, need a Jerry curl. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. I'm in a lot of pain, and the pain meds got me a little... That's why I'm not my usual self, because I'm... Yay. Yeah. So yeah, man, and you know, my arm's in a sling. Listen, you know, it's funny because I heard this my whole life. People, and you know, fam Eric and Alex, man, fucked up too, because they was like, yo, man, your life is, yo, man, you know, niggas need to follow you around with a camera. Listen, I've always said that. I'm like, yo, if I wasn't part of my own life of knowing me and seeing the shit I go through in a day, I'd be like, yo, this shit cannot. It's just unreal. It doesn't make no damn sense. Like, I'll be the only person that can get electrocuted by the third rail, die, come back to life, get up, and be like, oh, shit, it's burning. Oh, it's just crazy, man. Life is crazy. It's nuts, even. But anyway, y'all, my arm is in the sling because last Tuesday, I went to one of my thrift shops, my favorite thrift shop, if you can call it that, and on the way going from there to the Hawthorne Value Village, I've traveled this road over 1,000 times. Literally. McLean, when you veer and stay to the left, it turns into First Avenue. And First Avenue, if you veer and stay to the right, it takes you over that little Passaic River shit, and you wind up in Hawthorne. And you know, there's one time, I'm always cautious there. Some taco biting bitch, she decided to not pay attention to what she was doing, and she hit my BMW. Better the Beamer than the Mustang, because I still probably be sitting in the Passaic County Jail right now for beating her half to death like a man. I take it very serious. It's like somebody spitting in my face or attacking me. I'm not gonna physically take that well. I don't give a damn who they are, how old, what race, or whatever. You know, and I consider a car accident when somebody's driving reckless and doing reckless shit, I consider that to be assault. Especially considering the fact that the accident could have been avoided. Being that she veered from the left lane, getting into my lane, which there's only 2 lanes of traffic traveling northeast on First Avenue from wherever you're coming from. And make a long story short, she tried to, you know, saying, I guess she didn't like the traffic of the other vehicles. She came into my lane, which my lane clearly states only to the right. But there is no double or single white line. But still, no, you should always clear it before you go. Because if not, you hit somebody, it's your fault. Especially considering that the front of her front right quarter panel, you know, impacted right behind my driver mirror. So it hit like about 4 or 5 inches, you know, not in front, but behind, at my door, and being that I have my left side of the body leaning on the door arm, that impact jolted me and it hurts. I mean, I didn't break anything, thank goodness, but I am extremely sore. To this day, my fingers are still numb. It's very hard to grip or do anything with my left arm at all. And I contacted Morgan & Morgan, and between tomorrow and Wednesday, if I don't hear nothing from them, I am going to call them up and But I'm not going to call them until after I call another firm and see what that firm says. Then I'll let them know that I'm not dealing with them no more because, you know, I'm not most likely liking the way they move. But anyway, make a long story short, she tried to play it down for the cops, and being that the cop was a Spanish dyke, and she was a nice looking lady who hit me, and speaking Spanish, you know how that goes. Spanish people are even more hypocritical toward blacks than Caucasians. Always, my whole life, I've always known that. Except Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are, to me, that legitimate epiphany of being righteous for black folk out of all people who speak Spanish. And it's funny because most of them have just as much, if not even more, African blood in their asses than I do. And the thing that makes me laugh is the fact that how a lot of people come from places like Costa Rica and Cuba and Colombia and Dominican Republic and everywhere else. And, you know, my people, my American Moreno blacks, are the reason why they funky asses are here. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I shouldn't be dwelling and going into that. I shouldn't be starting a New Year's with this shit. But then again, I wouldn't be me if I didn't spit the truth and speak what the fuck I felt. But anyway, that's why I'm wearing this slang. We all know that when I start talking and going into other directions, I go off the beaten path. I don't call my shit mics, whatever, rants and views and all that. I don't need to, because you guys already know. More than likely, when I'm gonna spit or say something, it's gonna be truthful, and I'm gonna rant about what I'm saying anyway, as I just did, explaining to you guys why my arm is in a sling. It is extremely painful when I have it rested down. It hurts a lot, but it does get stiff. But when I keep it like this, it relieves a lot of pain in here, and my fingers don't go ice cold snow numb, like so numb that I feel like putting fire to it, like that, painfully numb. But anyway, going back to what I wanted to originally say. Again, I'm on medication, so I'm all over the place. That's why my speech is a little worse than it normally is, and why I'm a little on cloud. But it still doesn't stop it still doesn't stop all the pain. Obviously, it's not a miracle pill. But getting to this stuff, so I would love to, in this year, you know, living free and permitted, if I can, I would love to finish off this, you know, like the 90 whatever to 06 G.I. Joe collection. I know I'm not going to get there for the 82 to 94 line. But thanks to fam Alex and Eric. Eric did come, I believe. What day did he come? He did come one of these days. I think he came Thursday or Friday. And, you know, we did a trade for some stuff. And, you know, Alex, his brother, you know, for a while now, for at least 4 months or so, he had he picked up from one of his boys a Tiger Force Outback, basically complete with the flashlight and everything. This is not it. This is the one I had that I purchased on Whatnot, and I paid, I think, close to I think I paid $200 or close to it for this one. But you know, I never chalked it off in my book, because I don't chalk off. Unlike vehicles, if a vehicle is missing missing vehicles. If a vehicle's missing parts off of it, remember, I'm still a little high, so I could be double talking or whatever. But when it comes to a figure, if a figure has anything busted on its body, I don't consider me having a figure until I complete it. I do have a complete version of him, so that's probably why I probably wind up still keeping this one anyway, because there's no harm in keeping it. I mean, the crotch is visibly damaged, but the chances of me getting another one or a crotch is a lot more higher than me getting rid of this and finding it. So there's a great chance to that, so that's why I kept him. I believe this is version E or D of this dude, and I kept him because I still haven't found that crotch yet. But I'm keeping him just in case I find the crotch or whatever. And like I said, some of these guys, like the Creator Cobra, is one of the main reasons why I know it's going to be a lot more difficult to find the figures that I need for a decent price from the original G.I. Joe line, G1 G.I. Joe line. As I just said, because of Star Brigade, or Steel Brigade and Stardust. That's what I meant to say. And you know, there's still some Melloway Joes I need to get. As you see here, with these guys, I found out a while ago. So for those out there who may be wondering, or hey, how do I complete or get the Melloways? I explained it to you guys in another video, and I'll explain it again. You can take extra figures that you have, because it's going to be the same figure, the same molding, unless the color, like for instance, the Jinx. There's a I think Agent Scarlet or Undercover Scarlet, Jinx. I think there's a Short Fuse, and I think one or two other figures that are painted, totally painted differently. Other than that, all these other guys is the same original release. All they did was re-release it with like a pre-cut file card where you got all the information on one side and it's like red on the other, and weapons from other figures. That's the only difference. So what I basically did was find a way to cheat the system, so to speak, by taking a guy like this. He does have that dagger. Now all he needs is another vehicle, and he's a Melloway. Again, I've done it 100 times, and I'll keep saying it, so that way you guys can figure out a way to do that. Same thing for Stalker. He comes with two other weapons. Then you got Flint. Same thing. Flint does have that one gun back here. He comes with another weapon, and that would complete him. Other than the file cards. And then this Gung Ho, I don't think he came with the his chevrons and other stuff. Like chevrons. I think he didn't just come with armed chevrons. I think he came with another type of USMC. I forgot, but anyway, he comes with like these two stupid little spiky sword things that I've had a million times. Now that I need them, I don't have them. And even Fam Eric came over with his weapons, and weapons he had, I need for these guys, and he didn't have them. And then like for these ones down here, wait a minute, that's not them. Like you basically have him. It must be another reason other than because like I think the Melloway Ice Viper comes with the same thing the regular one comes with. But here I put 92 Melloway Ice Viper complete. So he's complete. So that's basically what I've done. And some people may say, oh, that's a cheat because you don't have the file card. I don't give a flying fuck about the file cards. I did the same thing for the 92 Melloway Cobra Commander. It's just a Cobra Commander. And I think they just re-released them. And the only thing that makes them different is the fucking file cards and the fact that some of these guys come with weapons. Whoop. And then here it says Melloway Complete Convention. He doesn't come with anything. Again, except those file cards. Those file cards really are the only things that separate a Melloway G.I. Joe and weapons. Like this says Melloway Complete Heavy Metal Convention. So he comes with DJ's gun here. Then he comes with a silver Uzi on the bottom. And you have a Melloway. I'm basically showing you guys and telling you guys this. So this way you guys can figure out how you'd want to do it yourself. And then here you got Falcon. And I put 92 Melloway Falcon Complete. And he comes with that rifle and this gun, and again that same file card that gives you that tells you it's a Melloway. Same thing for the Snow Serpent, except they don't call him Snow Serpent, they call him Cobra Snow Viper. 91 Melloway complete. So he basically comes with, all he comes with is that missiled gun in that color, and of course that pre-cut file card. Same thing for Outback. Outback comes with Stalker version 2's gun and this white rifle, and you have the 92 Melloway Outback, other than the fact that you don't have a file card. So if you don't really give a flying crud about the file cards, there you go. And you know, and again, like I said, you do have some that are some figures that are a different color that you have to have the whole figure because it's not the same. Because all these guys is the same stamp, it's the same year stamp. It's just a convention piece. They had extra pieces. They just decided to add that figure. They gave some other weapons and said, "Hey, cool. This would be the convention piece. This would be the Melloway, etc., etc." And that's what they did. Like for instance, let me show you guys this again. Remember, I'm working with one hand here, one arm, whatever you want to call it. So let me just. I'm so used to this book, even though I hate it, I just kept it. I want to give you guys a better example than that. I could show you that too, but okay. So here, like the Zurana. The Zurana, she comes with. She's basically, yeah. Oh, so I'm actually missing the actual flashlight for that Outback. But down here it says Undercover Scarlet. She's a very hard to find piece. Right where my finger is. You see Zurana there. Zurana comes with that. She comes with one of the top size guns, and I think I think Dice or Slice's sword. Then that Roadblock comes with that piece of Salvo's gun and that big gun there. Outback, you see what he comes with. And then you got the Cobra Viper, which is the Python Patrol. He comes with those two weapons. Then you see the Televiper. He comes with those two. And then you have that Tripwire. That Tripwire is gray and black. And he comes with that same salvo gun like Roadblock and that other gun. I forgot which. I think that's either Big Ben or whatever the hell. Falcon, you see what he comes with. You know, but again, you see the Cobra Snow Viper, which is basically Cobra Snow Serpent. You see what he comes with. And then that Snake Eyes in the corner, he's basically version 1 Snake Eyes with that knife and that big ass gun. But if you look closely, the difference with him is he has a gray face. His actual mask is gray. Black goggles, but like right above his goggles, he has a gray face and a gray mouth mask. And that also goes for some of the other guys. Let me show you. Let's see if it's back here too. So just to show you guys on this page, you have Flint and Short Fuse. So Short Fuse, he's a different color. He's all light gray. Wait, let me show you. So Short Fuse right here, he's gray. He's a light gray. And then you got that Flint. So you see this is like the regular 85 Flint. Same postmark. It's just that he comes with that gun and that gun. So that, you know, same. So, and then again, you got Stalker. You see what Stalker comes with. So the only difference with these guys is Short Fuse is instead of that regular military olive green, he's gray and black. So that's the only way you can't cheat the system. Then on the other page here you have Ice Viper, Ferret, Motor Viper, and then you have Jinx. But Jinx, she comes with a cape. She has a Cobra emblem on her chest. And instead of her having regular hands with the red fingernail polish, she has black gloves on. Instead of her having Chinese slippers showing her ankles exposed, she has like black boots on. Let me see if I can show you that. Hey, what the hell is that? Whatever. You guys could probably see her on that page there. Or maybe not, but you know, just to give you guys a prime example. So, you know, I always keep trying to bring that up and show you guys, so that way in case there's somebody new out there or somebody's like, hey, you know, da da da. I mean, why go out there and spend $150 plus on a figure you may already had 100 times when you could just get the weapons, use the figure, and call it a fucking Melloway? I mean, would I like to get the file cards? Hell yeah. But then again, knowing me and knowing how, especially Columbus Flea Market is, there's a good chance I may come across the Melloway file cards. And if I don't give a flying fuck. To me, it's like, hey, they're Melloways. Hey, I don't have the file card. I don't care. That's how I'm cheating the system. You know, it's all about how you feel and what you want. Fuck what everybody else think. You know, at the end of the day, if you're happy and if you're okay with it, so be it. Except there's those, there's like what, three figures there, like Undercover, Scarlet, Jinx, and that Tripwire and Short Fuse. So those are 4 figures that I have to spend the money on to get, because those specific figures are color variant versions of the US releases. Unlike everybody else in here, is just basically the same freaking figure, same body stamp. I found that out because I was like, oh, maybe the stamps are different. Nope, it's the same stamp, same everything. Only difference is they gave you a pre-cut file card, where one side had all the information, the other side was this blank and it was just red. And they gave you weapons that came with other figures in different various years. That's it. You know what I mean? So I finally figured that out. I found out from asking a lot of questions and seeing it for myself at Joe Fest, and then doing more research, because before I went, I wasn't too sure how that worked. I'm not ashamed to say it, because, you know, it is what the fuck it is. But found out, and now I know. And, you know, almost everything I had, I could have been done this when I had the weapons and stuff I had. But, you know, hey, the shoulda couldas, right? So I did order some more stuff. Unfortunately, one Neanderthal from eBay I'm a little pissed off at, because I paid for the rare Cobra Adder, which is, let me see if you guys can see it right here. That is the black and red one, and then they made a black and blue one. So I ordered that from this asshole on eBay, and the assholes told me, after I paid for it and everything, they went back and refunded me my money. Didn't even explain why. So when I asked them why, they basically claim, oh, we had a flood, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. Oh, we didn't realize we still had it listed. I think that's bullshit. I think they just didn't want to, I think they looked it up and just didn't want to give the price it was and just made an excuse. So I'm going to leave them I'm going to leave them the proper feedback. Because I said, you know, I find that very odd. I mean, I basically went Mike Son 007 on them on eBay, and I call, and it is what the fuck it is. And I have some other stuff coming in, some other figures and stuff like that. I think every week I might do like 6 to 8, depending on how much they are. Like, I got these 2 packages that came today in the mail, so we're gonna open this up, or we're gonna attempt to. I haven't been on Whatnot in a while, just because, to me, Whatnot, I spent a lot of money. I spent some serious money on Whatnot. Between that kid Skylar and everybody else, I probably spent close to $100,000 in the year I've been on Whatnot. Some of y'all might say, no, that's impossible. No, that's not. And no, it really isn't. I have spent crazy money on Whatnot. And I don't really like like, everybody's selling the same shit. Everybody's selling the same fucking airtight. Everybody's selling the same basic figures that everybody else is selling. And everybody's getting whacked. You know, it's like the show is, to me, the show is trash. It's not as fun as it used to be. My wife gets upset when shit comes in the mail and everybody has their information on it. So I gotta take this off now, because if not, I would never stop hearing her fucking mouth. They say happy wife, happy life. I don't give a flying fuck about any of that. My whole philosophy is, if you want to be happy in this house, just leave me the fuck alone. That's my philosophy. You know, when she start talking and bitching and shit, I just put her in her fucking place verbally and keep it moving. She gets upset, she can get upset. You know, I'm not the kind of person that gives a flying fuck, you know, about any of that. Somebody might say, oh, that's wrong. It's not about being wrong. I just don't really give a flying fuck. If I feel a certain way about something, nobody's going to change my mind. I don't give a fuck if I sleep with them or not. You know, y'all might say, oh, well, lucky her. Whatever. I don't give a flying fuck what any of y'all out there think of me. Never did. You think I care if people like me or don't like me? If that was the case, I wouldn't be doing none of these videos. Because I get more hate than anything else. But at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. Yo, this one-arm shit is not cool. Alright. For some reason, I feel like I got this fucking figure already, man. Yep, but it's different. That's why, because one is Vala versus Venom, and the other one is. That's why I put this one off for a minute. That's the thing about this line that's very tricky, on why a lot of figures I've gotten rid of, and a lot of vehicles I've gotten rid of and not realized it. Like for instance, let me show you. You see right here where my finger is. That is Spy Troops. I'm looking at it right now. Spy Troops, G.I. Joe versus Cobra Spitfire. Oh, wait a minute. It's not even the same thing. No, wait. Maybe, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe I got them mixed up. Vala versus Venom. That's Vala versus Venom, but that's not the same. I know I did look up a lot of this stuff, and I paid extreme attention to a lot of this to make sure that I didn't make any mistakes. And I'm going to sit here and look at everything again to make sure. It'd be funny if I did, because I just wasted, I think, 70, 80 bucks on this. But it is the Quick Strike with Sergeant Bazooka. I'm about to say, who the fuck is out there on a motorcycle? But I needed this. I need that Sergeant Bazooka because I don't have him, and I needed this vehicle. So I can put this in the book now as complete. Then I was looking around just to make sure that I don't even have it loose. Because for some reason the vehicle looks so familiar. And it looks like I don't have it loose neither, which is a good thing. So I do have some other figs coming as well. Some loose ones. The only thing that's missing that I was really anticipating on was that the Night Adder, the blue one. And again, I think that they lied. You know, because why would you still have it posted? I think that was bullshit. One thing about me is I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and then talk behind your back on some nah. I'm gonna call you out on your shit. I do that shit all the time. Just like at the fucking flea market when people come out their face, whatever. I call people out on I call you out on your bullshit. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat your bullshit. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people don't like me at the flea market and or whatever. I know a lot of people don't like my videos or whatever. I don't give a shit. I know I say it a lot. I know I verbally say I don't give a shit a lot. But to be frankly honest, I really don't. Because if I did, I wouldn't be doing my videos. I do my videos because I like to do them. And you know, when you know a person, when you are a strong person, and you know, when you're a very strong-willed and minded person that don't really give a flying fuck what people think, you always go out of your way to be even a bigger asshole than you have to be, just to prove to people that you really don't give a fuck. And that's me. I mean, wow, this person really, like, I like how they did this. That was cool packing. Packing a little weird, but look at that. Like styrofoam on the inside and everything. So that's kind of dope. And right now, my hand is killing me. Oh, this spike, look at it. His ass is still asleep. Motherfucker sleep like a puppy. Like, can anybody answer me why dogs sleep so much? They're like cats. Like, when you think about it, they act like cats. They sleep so much, man. I think I know which one this is. This is one of the ones that I thought I brought and totally forgot. Oh, man. I mean, this person really made sure that this shit came in good condition, which is very appreciated. And this is one I needed because, fuck, it took me a long time to realize, especially if you're trying to get this stuff or you're trying to get these figures loose, just do like I did and just buy it together if you are trying to be a completist, because I'm going to explain to you why. This is also Valor vs. Venom. This is called Operation Avalanche. It took me about 4 or 5 months, I know, yeah, I'm not embarrassed to say it, to realize that all this stuff is like this. So you see in here, you have 2 different Cobra guys with these Cobra glider type things. Then you got Snake Eyes standing there by himself. Then you got whoever the hell this is on top of that, on that ATV. So, and then it says here, includes 3 vehicles and 4 figures. Operation Avalanche, Valor vs. Venom. And see here in the back. So, back here it says includes Snake Eyes, Dusty, Storm Shadow, Iron Grenadier, Trooper, Assault Quad, and then on the side you have, well, wait a minute. On the bottom you have their file cards. So again, you got Snake Eyes, Dusty, Storm Shadow, and Iron Grenadier. Right on the back. Well, on the bottom. So just in case you want to complete this, I would just highly suggest you paying $100 or so, 100 or a little under, just to get all of it. Because to try to find these figures loose and to get those gliders loose and then a quad, it's going to cost you a lot more, and it's going to be a lot more confusing. Especially if you need to put them in a book and check them off. Trust me on that. The last couple of weeks, I've been doing a lot better due diligence on this stuff, just to figure out that holy snap, I needed that, or oh wow, that's why this or that. So it just made sense. So I got 2 more pieces out of the way, and I get to check them off on my book. So that's gonna be a good thing. So yeah. Yeah, the more you check off in here, the better off you are. This book is destroyed already. But I get the and then I got to start working on the direct to Kasuma figures and whatnot. I have a weapon that just fell between my legs. There you go. So yeah, y'all. That's basically everything, and I have a couple of more figures that I plan on. Well, a couple more things I plan on getting rid of downstairs. I got the HasLab Sky Striker that comes in a box with all those other figures. I don't need that. I have 2 Mezco 5 points, 66 3 3/4 Batman that come with some other shit. I might get rid of one of 2 of them. I might just keep one just because it's 3 3/4. I may get rid of this Metroplex that I have here, the extra one. I would like to put him in I have one in robot mode, but I would probably like to put him in city mode. But where the freak am I gonna put him? And then I have like some other extra shits in the room that I might want to get rid of those too, because I would love to have all my combiner bots in combiner robot mode, alt vehicle mode, and in regular independent robot mode as well. I always wanted to do that. And even like my regular Autobots and mini bots and stuff. At least I have one in car or vehicle mode and one in regular mode too. But I don't have the space to do it. So I'm still stuck between a rock and a hard place on that. And then at one time I was thinking to myself, maybe I might just contemplate on saving more money by taking some of these figures back to the stores and not even doing the 86 figures. But I do want to have a more realistic, newer, nicer look to the G1. Because again, I was going to go G2 because this is G2 G.I. Joe. But I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Why go G2 when I have the original G1 and then I can go directly into like the best of both worlds by doing the 86 because they have less kibble, they're plastic, they're a lot more durable, they look better, and they're more comic and TV show accurate than than even the G1 line. So I talked myself into saying F it and doing it. I got rid of all the Hot Toys I want to get rid of. Everything else that I have here, I'm satisfied with, especially Star Wars. And then I have stuff downstairs that I don't think I have anything else downstairs that I want to get rid of. I'm just gonna overlook everything one more time because all the Iron Man stuff I have, I like. I have one Thor that is one of my favorites, and then I have like a couple of different Captain Americas, but you know, I like those. I do want to get the first Avenger version of him, and then get like a Green Army Harley motorcycle to display him with it because I do love the outside of Blade, Captain America First Avenger was my favorite fucking comic movie, period. Well, Marvel movie. Because to be honest, ever since Christopher Reeve's Superman, my favorite Superman movie, y'all may laugh at it, is Superman Returns. I mean, I know Brandon Routh doesn't have blue eyes, and it was kind of crusty compared to what you see with Henry Cavill and now David Coruscant and all. But I don't know. I mean, there's certain scenes in that movie, like when he even with the kryptonite all around him, the fact that he fucking took all that foreign land and threw that shit out in space. That was impressive. For him to take that massive land, being hurt like that, and still being able to hurl that shit into space. I mean, that shit had to weigh God knows how many fucking mega zillion tons. It's crazy. That shit was dope. And that airplane scene. I just love the movie. I thought the movie was dope. I mean, I do like Henry Cavill. I mean, I like the action scenes better in that movie, but I like Henry Cavill. I mean, over Christopher Reeve, I still think. I mean, to be honest, I would say that I have them neck and neck, but out of like Marvel movies, I would definitely give it to First Avenger. Outside of, I mean, the original Iron Man was okay. I liked it, but Captain America's First Avengers to me was just fucking ridiculous. And, you know, just a dope ass movie, all in all. But yeah, man. So, you know, I'm getting closer and closer to completing all this BS. And yeah. I've been concentrating a lot more on this because I want to try to finish off as much as this as possible. Because I know the big money hitters are going to be mainly in the G1 line over this. Because I think this line to me is a lot more financially manageable. Not gonna say easier, but more financially manageable to get your hands on at a decent price and be able to wheel and deal, go to shows and see somebody with this stuff. Like I said, come on, like what? The last time I went to I'm about to say Comic-Con. The last time I went to Columbus, I got that disgustingly grotesque rat farm barn infested Thunderstriker, whatever the hell you call that. $10, complete, brand new in the box. Box is disgusting, and I had to wash it, but brand new for $10. Come on, man, like that's bananas. And I got there late, and people were there looking at this guy's stuff. But I guess for some reason it was so filthy, nobody wanted it. And again, like I said, the G.I. Joe lady, if I listened to Eddie when I was supposed to, not Eric, Eddie. I mean, this lady was selling a lot of this shit for nothing. Nobody wanted to buy this stuff because a lot of people, including myself, did not like this line. And I'm not going to lie, Eddie got me into it with a couple of female figures that looked kind of cool, even though they were not your typical O-rings. And then after him, Eric started talking to me. He's like, yo, fuck it. I'm going for all the O-rings, B. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Then I was like, Then I was like, okay, well, yeah, I got a couple. And then the both of them together, you know, went in my head. And then all of a sudden, I started collecting all of it. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go deep into it. And at one time, I started getting them so easy and so quickly. I'm like, oh, yeah, hell yeah. But then all of a sudden, once I already invested like maybe, $6,000 or more into this, that's when the door started fucking closing on my ass. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. But I was already deep into it. And, you know, once I get deep into something and I commit, I commit all in. And that's basically where I'm at now. And then, you know, fam Eric was like, yo, I'm gonna get. I was like, nigga, you know the fuck you ain't. You gonna stick with this shit. So me and his brother was laughing because I said, yo, you and Eddie got me into this shit, and you got me spending all this money in that motherfucker. Your ass gonna stick with these O-rings, man. Fuck that. Because the both of them talked me into it. Well, to be honest, in all fairness, nobody could talk me into doing anything I don't want to do. I mean, you know what I mean? You know, they help. You know what I'm saying? They help gas me up to. To rationalize myself into getting into them. That's probably the best way to look at it. Because I was going to go 25th, 30th, and 50th. I was like, yo, I'll just get that shit. But, yo, the 25th line alone will cover this room. And then some. And the 30th, you don't have much. And you have more of the 50th and the 30th. But if the 25th alone will cover mass majority of this room by itself, what am I going to do with the 30th and 50th? That's why I just skipped over it and I never verbally said anything to anybody about it. Really, even though I had a lot of the stuff, I just didn't commit. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just do wave 2. I'll do 82 to 06. Why go 82 to 13 or whatever the fuck they stop? Then I'll do that. Then I'm gonna have to go into the new ones, and it'll just keep going and going. And I have the space in my house for it, but then I'll have to kick everybody out the house. My house, it'll be livable, but you have to live in the living room because every fucking bedroom will be covered floor to ceiling with just G.I. Joe, and that's ridiculous, selfish, and ridiculous. And I think I'm pretty fine with this. I'm still on the fence with the Robotech stuff now because I'm like, yo, do I really want to go Robotech? I mean, I do like Robotech because I thought that was a dope-ass cartoon. In the 80s, it was extremely dark. Just like Voltron. When you watch the Japanese Voltron in New York, you watched it on Sunday morning between 5 and 7. They showed like the car Voltron and stuff. And they even showed like the ones that didn't show on Channel 5, because Channel 5 during the week and stuff showed Voltron and shit. But all the real dark episodes where you seen Lance and you seen other people getting killed, they show that shit. Or the Japanese version, they showed it on Channel 13 on Sunday mornings between 5:30 to around 7:30 on Sundays on Channel 13. Probably from like 80, I would say maybe 84 to 87. I remember that in New York. I don't know your TV channels. I don't know how they were here in New Jersey. I don't know how they were anywhere other than New York. But in New York City, Channel 13 showed all that dark shit. And Robotech was one of them shows where you was like horrified because a lot of the main characters got killed. You're like, oh my God. It was bananas. And knowing that Jetfire came from Robotech, aka Macross, and I do have some of the Macross Jetfires or their versions of them that they released in the early 80s. I think I have like 3 of them or something like that in my G.I. Joe Transformer room. And being that I actually got this guy, wherever the hell he's at, oh, he's over here on the floor. That Robotech jet, and I have 2 Robotech figures here. I mean, finding Robotech figures are easy. They're really not really expensive if you find them at shows. Even on card, they're like around 30. You could get some of them between 20 and 40 bucks from the 80s, Robotech and whatnot. Like a lot of these figures, you can get a lot of these dudes real cheap. I have 2 of them here that I found, and then I have the jet that I got from Columbus months ago. And yeah, it's a pretty decent jet. Normally when I see my toy shows, everybody want like over 150 plus for it. Let me show you. And then since I have one here, I mean, yeah, I could take it and get rid of it, but why? Just got bear with me because I got to use my leg, my arm. I don't want to add nothing to it, but you guys already seen this in one of my videos. It's in pretty good condition, considering I've seen them a lot more yellowed and dirtier with paint flakes and shit for like $170 at toy shows. So to find him, and I know what I paid for it, I'm just not going to say it or say who I got it from, but it's a pretty dope ass jet, and I'm like, yo, I don't need to get rid of it. I mean, you know, I'll probably be able to get like what, $140 for the two vehicles, the 2 figures in this one vehicle, but I'm not gonna do that. I'll hold on to it because I have some other stuff downstairs that I want to get rid of. Again, I'm thinking about my access. It's not a lot, but I do have an extra Optimus, and I have extra what's the other nigga? Omega Supreme? No, not Omega Supreme. Ultra Magnus. To me, I mean, Ultra Magnus, I never liked him. I mean, he was, to me, I felt like he was a unwitty coward. You know, even though we all know Hot Rod, Rodimus Prime, got Optimus killed, but at least he had balls. You know, to me, Ultra Magnus was a little pussy. I think I mean, I just think they rushed that. I like the color scheme, but I think he's a punk. And I was very happy when he died in that fucking movie because I felt he deserved it. At first, I mean, I was like, yo, fuck Hot Rod, get him killed because he got Optimus killed. But he earned his keep, and he became a dope-ass leader. So that was pretty cool. But anyhow, I have an extra one of him, but I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I'll play it by ear on what I'm going to do with that. Other than that, I don't have anything else here that I want to get rid of. The only other thing at one time I was like, I'll get rid of my 1/6 scale Power Ranger figures from 3-0, but I like them. I still want to get Lord Draken, and they're cheap. You can still get these figures for like around 100, 125 each, brand new box. Or probably get, because I think 6 of them 5 or 6 come in the box. You could probably get that shit for under $600. So it's like, it wouldn't be much. And plus, I only got rid of all my Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Zords, because I do love the Saban original Power Ranger Zords. I had all of them. That's Serpentor, whatever he is, all of them. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna get rid of all those once I get those 1/6 scale figs. So the only Power Ranger Megazord that I have is the original Zord. I don't have his shield or sword, but I do have I have all of them. They're already in robot mode, and being that was copied from Voltron, that's why I have it up there. Only reason why I have it up there. There's times where I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get rid of it, but you don't come across it a lot. You know, I mean, I used to thrifting. I come across so much shit that you don't come across no more. Like a lot of Batman, a lot of the different Batman movie Batmobiles alone for the 6-inch figures. You don't come across a lot of shit that you always came across. You don't come across that much. And you know, Power Ranger Megazord parts, and even the crappy Power Ranger figures, you see them shits almost every other day. You go to one thrift shop, they got this one. You go to another one, they got this, they got that. So now you're picking them up, but then you're going back to the other. You're rushing back to the other one to get the other pieces, and it's crazy. But now it's a lot of shit that you took advantage. Like even like the Scooby-Doo figures in the Scooby-Doo vans. I used to see them shits all the time. Now you don't see them that much. And now even if you look at the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World dinosaurs, from the small ones to the medium to the big ones. A lot of these thrift shops, they want fucking $35, $40 for the big ones now. You know, before they were like $5, $7, $8 the most, $7.99. Now they want $25, $34.99 for the same fucking dinosaur. And half the time, you know, if they got rubber paws or claws that fucked up, they messed up, kids wrote on them, and they still want crazy amount of money for this stuff now. You're like, what the fuck? And if you do come across a Scooby-Doo mystery machine, half the time is missing something or is discolored or whatever, and they want like $12.99 for it now, or $14. And if you go to some flea markets, some of these motherfuckers want like $25, $30 for just the van with no figures. And if they got 4 of the figures, or if they have all 5 of them, you'd be lucky if you pay less than $34. When before they used to be like $2 or $3 each. It's crazy. Crazy, man. But yeah, man. Then I have other G.I. Joes just sitting here. I'm looking at. Like I have a Tunnel Rat complete. Snow Job complete. I have the Warthog version of Sergeant Slaughter, thanks to Eric with his hat, molded but complete. Then I have a Melloway USA Sarge here. Well, he's not complete. He's missing his baton. Then I have here, missing his right glove, a big boa, but he has his the mouth tube. Then I have a Cobra Bat missing 2 weapons and a chest plate. I have a Norgahide with just the Warthog and his rifle. Then I have a complete Snow Job, hooded and regular Cobra Commander, another Chuckles, Refrigerator Perry complete. Then down here I have more fucking figs loose. We got Steeler, Rock and Roll, Airborne, Grand Slam, Clutch, I think Short Fuse. I forgot his name. We got version 2, Storm Shadow. He's just missing his claw. We got Law. I think Law is missing the dog. Low Light. I think Low Light's complete or near complete. Then from Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders, we have Mercer complete and Red Dog complete. I need Taurus, but I have his weapons. We have Dreadnought Torch complete. Leatherneck complete. Hey, he's a Marine, y'all. Dr. Mindbender complete. And then we have here another Gung Ho Dress Blues. No chevrons on his sleeve insignia and no sword to complete him. Then of course, again, I showed you guys right here, you have those 3 G.I. Joe cases, and they're full with different figures. Yeah, so I'll probably try to get more of those so I can put these figures in there. Well, some of them. That's my plan, to keep building and just have tons of them motherfuckers fill up with shit. But yeah, man. I got some more metal die-cast 80s figs that I decided to keep. Like for instance, well, you know what? I'm gonna be doing a video soon. I've said that 100. I don't even think I ever did a room. If I did do a room tour here, I think it was of my. I think I did it of the Funko Pops, the Legos, and I think my. And I also think the video games when I was in my office on the 2nd floor, which my oldest son has that room now, because we didn't think Michelle was coming back home, so we gave Isaiah her room, which this office was Isaiah's old bedroom. And then my G.I. Joe room was Mikey's old bedroom. So we gave Mikey my office and that walk-in closet. Then we gave Isaiah a walk-in closet with Michelle's room. And then I just took the whole up here because I was like, yo, I know I'm gonna need the space. And it's a lot more secluded, so whatever. So that's what we did. But she came back home, so me and my wife gave her our bedroom. And you know, we have sleeping quarters ourselves. But you know, we're fine with how everything is. But I don't think I've ever done a room tour up here. I think I showed you guys some shit, but I don't think even when I had the video games up here, I don't think I did a room tour. So I think the last time I did a room tour was probably 2019 or something like that. I don't even remember. I think I showed you guys some shit, but I didn't do a real room tour, and I'm not that comfortable with. And now it's gonna be a little longer because. No, you know what I mean. So I need to hurry up and speak to my lawyers and stuff so they can set me up with people so I can start on my physical therapy because my arm is killing me. And if they don't do it, I'm gonna go with another company because I'm not appreciating how long they taking. Like I said, last accident I've been in, things were a lot more faster in 2020. But a lot of shit changed because now you gotta do things with your phone. I'm like, what the fuck? There's a lot of shit you gotta do that. I mean, they took all the personalization out of it. It's like you gotta do all this shit through phones, and you gotta like scan your you gotta do a lot of crazy shit that you never had to do before. So things gotten a lot more impersonal compared to what it was. But anyway, so that's basically where I'm at. So I do have some stuff downstairs, and I do want to go do some more of these weapons before I get rid of them. Or before I have Eunice come by and pick up more shit. Because he pays for stuff. He pays you right there on the spot. You know, I mean, every once in a while, he likes to try to, get over on you a little bit. But he does pay. We go back and forth sometimes, a little bit more than need to. And sometimes I get a little heated with him with shit he does. But he does pay. And he comes and he takes my stuff. And, he makes money on it. And it is what it is. So I do have a lot of weapons and stuff from this line, but I do have another bin of stuff that I need to go through to make sure I can complete the figures that I have chalked up first, and then start adding weapons and stuff to other figures so I can have those completed, so I can put those weapons and shit away. So that's basically my plan with what I want to do. So there's a good chance I do have a G.I. Joe Foot Locker that I made and I put up here in the G.I. Joe room. I may keep that up there or I might just take it downstairs. I don't know as of yet, but I'll figure that bridge out when I cross it. Because when you buying and selling and doing stuff, your plans always change because you need room for this, you need room for that. So I am all over the place with a lot of ish. So yeah, so that's basically that. And again, to Fam Alex for hooking me up with a good price for that Tiger Force Outback. Because anybody who knows me know Outback is my favorite figure, as you can see. Also, I got the regular Outback and that Tiger Force 1/6 scale, those two behemoths from Alex. And Alex don't normally do shit like that. That's how you could tell the motherfucking nigga got mad love for me. I mean, they're like brothers. They're blood brothers, but they're they're like my family now. You know what I mean? And he did me a favor by doing shit he didn't have to do, and he don't want to just do for anybody because it's his niche. It's it's his line, his wave on how he does shit. So I'm very appreciative at the fact that he did me a solid by gifting me these two figures. I paid for them, but still no, he didn't have to do that, and they're fucking phenomenal figures. When I do a video, you guys are going to see that. I got to give him a proper shout out for doing that because he's always looking out for me and his brother. He don't collect the 3 3/4 line, but he lives through his older brother, Eric, by doing it. So he collects this stuff, but he lives through him by helping him with the other shit. You know what I'm saying? So it works itself out. And by him doing that, he has proper channels and he knows a lot of people that have a lot more of this shit, and I'm still learning about this line. As you can see, as I said earlier in this video, look how it was with those two G.I. Joe box sets. Like, I had to really study, and I pay a lot more attention now because between Spy Troops, Cobra versus Vala, G.I. Joe versus Cobra, and all this other shit, they make the same figure sometimes and the same vehicle. It may be a different slight color variation, but you guys get what I'm saying, man. But anyway, man, I hope you guys love this video. I already forgot what the fuck I was saying. The medication is still there. It's not really wearing off, but I talked a lot longer than I wanted to talk. But anyway, hope you guys see what I'm coming with this shit. And I gotta go because I'm starting to talk over myself again, and I'm still a little. So peace, y'all.